Are live. Have our full grid. I am tonight alone. Unfortunately, my comrade Static Hazard is feeling under the weather. It happens. So I'll be holding it down solo tonight, which between you and I isn't the worst thing in the world. I do very much appreciate my comrade Static Hazard, but he can be a little annoying sometimes, but that stays between you and I. But as you can see, Bahrain, we go. Qualifying starts 16 minutes, or 18 minutes, my apologies, worth of time is given to try and set the quickest possible lap that you can and get as high up on the grid as you possibly can as well. Noganator coming in hot with the sub. Very much appreciated. 4 months for Noganator. Good stuff, good stuff. Love to see it. I'll get this link on our Twitter page as well here. There we go. Race week 6, as I need to change that title. We are not in Austria. We are of course in Bahrain, as I said earlier. Oh, I need to do... Oh, Stat's gonna be mad if I don't do the intro. His intro. In lieu of him. In lieu of our not fallen but wounded comrade and Static Hazard. I'll start it off with that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MidWest F1 League. I am, of course, your host and only host for this evening, Crash McQueen. As I said just prior to this little welcoming intro, my good friend Static Hazard is unfortunately under the weather tonight and will not be joining us, sadly spoken, but we are on right to the qualifying. Honda is one of our favorites this year in that black Mercedes, looking ever so gorgeous in the night sky of Sakir. Now, of course, the Sakirian Grand Prix. Was it Sakirian? I believe it must have been the Sakirian. I know they're in Sakir in Bahrain, but I don't know if it was considered the Sakirian Grand Prix. Was the outer track of Bahrain in the second rendition of this race in the latter stages of the year. Who's the first on track? I think, is that Noganator? No, that is his teammate Random Series in the pink Mercedes. But a couple of talking points early on tonight. I guess no talking points. I guess some points to be brought up, as no one will be talking, as it's just really me talking to myself here. Unless you're involved in chat, then please do say hello and I can give you a nice little shout out into the stream so others can watch once they rewatch this back on YouTube and you can hear your name for the audience. So that'd be kind of a cool sight to see. We already have a yellow flag all the way back in Sector 3 in the final turn of turn 15, but it doesn't seem to be going anything too crazy. Random Series likes to use the whole track as he is given, but back to the talking points. I'm going to start off with Renault needing a big night. Cam was producing some pretty solid results early on here, but he's fallen back about 15 points away from first place, and that being Jacko. Jacko holds serve right now, holds position, as well as his team holds the Constructors Championship lead, which is why Renault, being in second place, needs a big day, needs a solid amount of points from both Renaults, that being Cam 52, as well as Seaberry 55. So Seaberry's looking to have a solid result here, as Cam usually is a very consistent driver, and Seaberry has his days, but in other regards he can also find himself in a little bit of trouble here, and hopefully we don't see that tonight in Bahrain. We can see a solid, much closer. Random Series is going to be the first to come over the line here. Gets a little bit of block up. Looks like we got a Williams off all the way back in turn 13 there. We're setting fastest lap. Oh, that is Kenny. Kenny's actually out of the session entirely. I think that's pink Mercedes there. We have a couple more drivers over the line. Sorry, as I was distracted there. Honda, Jacko, and Random Series hit 1-2-3. Nicky also sets a time with Clogmonger going 1:29 off the hop. Nicky being on the mediums, Clog going on the softs, not having the lap that he wanted. JC, teammate of Jacko, going third as of right now, as well as Noganator coming over the line and going sixth. Helg also setting a very, very late time of a 1:33.630, not what you want to see. ZGS in the Red Bull also on the line for his first lap in a 1.28.745. I seem to be getting a little bit of confusion from Kenny, who is out of this Grand Prix here. I had the wall at pit road speed and I lost a wheel. Ouch, that hurt. So Kenny is going to be very far down the order. So, as well as the Red Bulls need a big result here today, as they are very far back in the Drivers' Championship. Mystic Joker taking pole position, Monkey Mafia coming over 8th. The Red Bull teams have not been getting, or the Red Bull teams, sorry, not teams, the Red Bull drivers, to be more exact, have not been getting the results that they've been hoping so far this season. As well as the AlphaTauris, they're also in that same boat, looking for a little bit better finishes as this year goes on. Constructor Championship surprises, I'd have to say right now is Williams. Williams is the big shock for me, being all the way down in 8th place, having Nicky and Kenny on their team, a couple of very solid top 10 drivers, as it stood last year with Kenny actually winning a Drivers' Championship. Now, of course, we have Mystic and Honda, as well as Jacko full-time this year, so it's going to be a lot harder for Kenny to reclaim that, and I think he needs to try and get that stigma out of his head, because I think the weight of that all is a little bit too much on the lad, and it has kind of cost him and put him into a tough spot, and a spot where he just feels like he needs to be perfect. And of course you really do, but you also need to get decent points and decent finishes, and right now Helg comes over the line, or earlier comes over the line with the 6th place position, so very solid stuff from him. Also one of the quicker drivers here, just needs a little bit more consistency to truly be able to kind of reach what he is capable of in the AlphaTauri. And being of course the quicker driver of the two AlphaTauri teammates, but Pork Chops usually has a solid race pace and makes up quite a bit of ground throughout the race, as he's very consistent and finishes a vast majority of the races that he starts. So you'd like to see some points from the AlphaTauris. As it stands right now, top 6 drivers, top 6 times, all have been set on the softs. We're currently on with Enrique in the Alfa Romeo. Yet to set a time, we'll have to see what he's going to be able to muster up here. Him and his teammate, of course, both being from Mexico, and running a Alfa Romeo team that consists of all but USA drivers, as they got a couple of Canadians in their Div 2 team, as well as I think they got a couple of other Americans in their Division 3 team as well. But Enrique's just about to finish up his lap, looking to come around turn 14 and 15. Trying to use as much of the track as possible, and gets on the curb ever so slightly onto the DRS. Low on fuel, comes over the line in 9th place, so not what he is hoping for. I'm sure he knows that he's quicker than that. Seabury finally setting a hot lap as well for him. We'll have to see where he can end up. I'm going to peg Seabury just ahead, just around where Helg is. I think he can put up a time. Thank you for my more than 0.1 second of screen time. Yes, no problem. I guess that's you, Fee-Man? Seabury is about to come over the line, and oh, that was pretty close. I said just ahead of Helg, but he was about 1/10 from being in front of Helg, so not too bad. I know my driver's fair time about not giving him enough screen time, but he is going to be able to do here tonight. Used to seeing Fee-Man actually in the Haas cam going purple through Sector 1. That's what you want to see if you're in a Renault. Seabury, the teammate of Cam, going way wide, giving his teammate as much room as he possibly can. Honda starts a hot lap. Looks like his teammate and Clogmonger will as well. Clog needs to start getting some better finishes here and help his teammate out as much as he can. If they're going to want to kind of charge up the championship standings. I mean, they sit fourth, only 2 points back of the Alfa Romeos, so still very quality stuff. ZGS dives out of the way at the end there. Cam keeping it very clean, solid racing lines from him. One of the cleanest drivers on the grid, and is going to find himself 15 hundredths of a second back of Mystic Joker. Lost some time somewhere in sector 2 or 3, not what he was hoping for, but second place is very solid. He was on pace for fastest lap. Not sure exactly where he lost it there, as Mystic Joker seems to gain time from midair. It's as if he cuts every corner with how fast he goes, so solid stuff from Cam, even getting ahead of Honda there. Not too shabby. We'll see what Monkey Mafia can do here. I think that was Mayomir that just jumped up into 7th place. 2 Ferraris still sit 4 and 5. Random Series is in the pits. And there you go, Honda actually goes fastest, going at the very bottom of the 125s with a 125.014. They didn't catch, I believe that was Clogmonger who just came over. Monkey Mafia goes purple through sector 2. It's not many people would have predicted that. Maybe the superpowers of Mystic Joker seems to be rubbing off on the monkey here. We'll see what he's going to be able to come over the line for. Out of DRS and goes 8th, so not too shabby. Mystic Joker is into the pit. I think that's Cam going into the pit as well. I'm trying to find Asnick, Helg, Pork Chops in the pit. Is that Jacko? Okay, so Jacko says he's 17 seconds back, so maybe he lost it somewhere. I see another. That's Asnick. I think that's JC next to come over the line with the time. Oh, I'm wrong. That's Mayomir, but I believe he is into the pit. Maybe on to Fee-Man. That is, yeah, he is on the softs. Let's see if he's able to improve on his time. Imagine he will, and does, but does improve on his position. So not what he was hoping for there. I saw Yolmir, but he's on an outlap. That's JC. Okay, so JC is about to set the next time here. He's actually into the pits, not happy with what his performance was. Nicky ZGS starts his hot lap. I believe that's Monkey coming back around. See Barry on an out. Random Series on an out. Is that Helg? It is Helg. Let's see if Helg. Oh, he says he's second and a quarter off of his initial fastest lap. I don't think he's going to run the rest of this one out. Maybe come into the pit. Yes, he will. He is into the pit and is going to throw on another set of tires here. Oh, sorry, that's actually Asnick. Okay, here we go. Let's see what Asnick can muster up here as he comes over the line into 12th position, right in front of his teammate. But Yolmir still has yet to complete a lap on a softer compound of tire. Fee-Man, 17 tenths down on his initial quickest lap, so he's going to come into the pit. Yolmir looking to overtake his teammate. Did set a fastest lap on medium, so he's now onto the softs here, and he's looking to move up the order, which he does into the top 10. He goes. Then his teammate ZGS is following, but on an invalid. Is that Nicky? I believe it is, but Nicky's also into the pits. Noganator is about to start his hot lap. I believe that's Seaberry. Let's see what Seaberry can end up here. coming around the final 2 turns. Doesn't look like he keeps it very straight, but he gets very good traction coming out and does improve onto his time and goes into the top 10. 9th position sits Seabury. Porkchop starts his hot lap. That's a spun out Asnick as he's trying to straighten himself back out on the track. Oh, does he get... No. Does he get DNF'd? Oh, McCracker Jack. Hitting us with the 4-month subscription. Thanks, McCracker Jack. Much appreciated, man. Monkey. I don't think I can say that, man. That's pretty savage, dude. Oh my god. See, now I don't know if you personally know Barry, so I don't feel comfortable saying that. It looks like Noganator is down 6/10 on his time. Let's see if he's going to be able to improve on at least up to 15th. He's going to have to eat away a lot more time if he wants to go into 14th. And he does. Goes nearly a whole second quicker into 14th place. So Noganator still trying to work out those kinks of switching over to a wheel from what was controller his entire Formula 1 career. So tough road ahead for the lad, but he's gonna get through. I think Porkchops is coming around the final, and in slides Monkey with the shit talk. Yeah, 100%. Jesus. And Leviathan, good to see you as well. Thank you, as always, for tuning in on the Thursday nights. The chat wouldn't be the same without you. And some nights it is just only you. I'm just kidding. But I appreciate it. Alright, who's the next to come over here? I think it's one of the Ferraris. No, I'm wrong. Is it Enrique? It might be Enrique. I think I'm wrong again. Porkchops is in and takes his time. Random Series is about to go on his hot lap. Monkey Mafia, I believe, is about to go on his. Noganator is coming into the pit. Unless that's Helg. That is Helg. There we go. Helg got some ground to make up. Currently sitting 6th. He's going to be able to improve on his time just barely and stays in 6th. So we got the 2 Mercedes stacked up one behind each other. I think that's Enrique who's about to come over the line now. Currently a half a second down, improves up into 14th position. As we get cluster of viewers in, and if you are new to the Midwest F1 League, this is of course race week 5 at Bahrain Season 2. Our current champion, Kenny, sits with the DNF, and I look forward to Thursday. It gives me a reason to give the boys a hard time on Friday. Good stuff, there you go. You can give Porkchops crap for qualifying 17th, but that's usually where you find the lad. That's ZGS, I believe that is. He's currently a second and a half down. We'll see where he's going to come over. Qualifying time is up. ZGS moves up into 12th. Is that Nicky? Yes, it is. Nicky's currently a second down. He's looking to really move up the grid. And he does, right into 7th, so a huge finish from him. Oh no, who's next? Is that JC? It was JC. JC doesn't really move much time. Meomir, I think that was. He gained positions. Random Serious, no, that's Noganator. Is into the pits. Monkey Mafia about to come over the line. Stays in 11th. Random Serious on an invalid lap. V-Man. No. Helg, I think that is. Helg's into the pits. Clog is the second of the 2. Merck's Honda improves his time and holds on to his pole. Clog doesn't really do much at all. It's all down to Mystic Joker and Cam. We'll see what they're going to be able to do. Mystic's currently 1/10 down. That's not enough to take pole away He goes quicker, but not quick enough. Cam just says screw it and goes into the pit. I think that's Feeman who comes over and does improve his time, but not enough. I think that's Yolmir. Yolmir comes over into 8th place for him. And Elma Jacko is the last one to finish up qualifying, and then we call it a day. For qualifying, at least. I just can't get any luck in quali, Porkchop says. Invalidated my good hot lap, pitted to refuel. On my next hot lap, I spun, so I had to box, and there just wasn't enough time to put another one in. Oh, goodness gracious. In hockey news, Alexis Lafreniere, depending on where you're from, collects his first NHL goal in style in an OT winner as the Rangers top the Sabres. Some good stuff there from the young lad. I think that's about it for qualifying. About to get on to the race. No kerfuffles as it seemed. No one stepped in front of each other's way. Oh yes, but of course, today is Bell Let's Talk Day. So if you would love to show some support to mental illnesses everywhere and let people know that they're not alone, please use hashtag Bell Let's Talk, as Bell will make a donation every time you tweet it, the hashtag Bell Let's Talk. So if you have a moment, please go do that on Instagram or anything that you have, as it goes to a very good cause, and it is very much appreciated from everyone all over the world. So you get right on that and screw the qualifying orders. That was more important. But I'll quickly go through what is the track of the Bahrain International Circuit. It is a 5.412 kilometer circuit. Now I say kilometers because I'm Canadian. I don't have exactly the translation into miles up with me. 15 total turns, 9 rights, 6 lefts. The fastest lap in the race sits at a 1:31.447. So we'll see if any of our drivers is going to be able to overtake that and slash that down today. But kind of like I mentioned earlier on my thoughts, Kenny needs to put championships out of his mind and just worry about getting a solid race in. Now, the qualifying didn't go the way that the lad would have hoped to, but unfortunately it is what it is, and he's going to have to deal with that and try and do whatever he can to put that into the rearview mirror and focus on a solid finish. Get some good times out there and make up some positions and just try and stave off elimination in this and just see what he can do, because we know that he is one of the higher quality drivers that we have in the Midwest F1 League, in Division 1 to be exact, but it's just not going his way early on this year. We're 6 weeks into it now, and he sits at the back of the pack, and it's all from just poor finishes and just unlucky stuff. So he throws that all in the rearview mirror. This is a new quarter to the season. He needs to focus up on what is to come in the future, and what is to come in the future, hopefully for him, is some solid finishes. So it all starts here in Bahrain. As I mentioned as well, Red Bull needs a strong finish. They're very far back in the Constructors Championship, so they need to do something real swifty here to kind of get themselves back into the talk and not on the bottom of the barrel. Renault, as I said earlier, need a big race to stay within the reach of Ferrari. Ferrari have two amazing drivers in JC as well as in Jacko, and they put up some very quality finishes every race, it seems. So Seabury is really going to have to reach deep and start producing some solid finishes. Currently sitting in the top 10 in Drivers' Championship, but unfortunately Ferrari has 1 and 5. We are about to get 5 red lights here, actually onto the Jesus, onto the formation lap we go. So I have a little bit of extra time to not rip through my notes, as I constantly forget about the qualifying lap. Or not the qualifying lap, sorry, the formation lap. But as you can see on the front of our screen, we got Honda and Mystic Joker in 1-2, and they are making some serious moves up the grid. Honda currently sits second, 15 points back of Jacko, so Jacko's going to start feeling that heat. As well as Mystic Joker is 60 points off the pace, but he's already got 2 race wins this year, and the only reason he's not higher up is because he missed 2 of the 4 races, or 2 of the 5 races. So he's going to have to start real producing. Cam, as you can see there, sitting 3rd with Jacko, a couple of our other really solid drivers there in the second Ferrari in this evening. JC is going up with the first AlphaTauri, and Helg, Mailmir, and Yolmir in 7 and 8. Nikki and Random Serious rounding out the top 10. And then into the ladder 10, we have Seaberry and Monkey Mafia. So Seaberry's talking real smack to, Monkey Mafia's talking real smack to Seaberry, but I see Seaberry qualifying ahead of you there, so better watch your mouth there, Monkey. ZGS going 13th with Clogmonger in the 14th position. Asnick and Enrique going 15th, 16th. Noganator is going to spot alongside Pork Chops in 17th and 18th. V-Man is going to start alongside Kenny in 19th and 20th, and I hope we don't see Kenny there too long in this race, as he is a driver with great skill. As he put it on show last season in Season 1, but like I said, his luck has kind of run out, and he needs to start producing some solid quality finishes here. But we'll take a peek at what is the pit stop strategy. We're going to start, if you are starting, with the softs, then you're going to look at the soft, medium, medium, or the soft, medium, hards. I more suggest the soft, medium, mediums. Even the soft, medium, softs is probably a better strategy in my opinion, but that is up to the drivers to decide on their fate, to be exact. We are about to go green here in Bahrain. Of course, a track with history, and that history is not good history. But history is history, and this is today. Formula 1 2020 Midwest F1 Division 1 Season 2. Honda on the front, followed by Mystic. Who's going to get the better start here? We're just going to go right on board with, we'll go Jacko, or sorry, JC. That's giving us a pretty good camera angle here. 5 red lights, and away we go. Honda gets a really good jump. Mystic seems to have lagged back a little bit. I think that was Mailmir taking a lunge around Helg. Ooh, a little bit of bumping. Mailmir hits and clips the sign. Mystic is actually taking a lunge down into turn 1. We have yellow flag here. Jacko sends around the outside. Mystic's going to come at Honda. Cam's still in the fight. All these cars are lined up. Looks like Kenny's made up quite a position. Snowgnator's dropped back. Seaberry is also moving back quite a bit as we got battling down the field here. We'll jump right on board with Enrique and see what he sees here. Monkey getting in a battle with Asnick, but Asnick is able to pull out ahead. And now Monkey's position is in jeopardy, but he's able to hold out. Seaberry gets an overtake on Kenny. Seaberry is going to send it around the outside. He's actually starting on the hards. Kenny is really trying to make up moves here. Already made up 5 positions. The gap between Mystic, Joker, and Honda sits at 0.4 of a second. Jacko and Cam are starting to tail back a little bit. Looks like Noganator spun. No, sorry, it was Fee-Man. Fee-Man spun. Noganator's still in this. He's trying to come at Enrique. We'll quickly change over to the tires. ZGS is up the top on the hards. Kenny was able to slide through that open door that Enrique gave him and moves up into 14th, making major ground off the get-go here. And now Enrique all as well as opens the door up to Seaberry, and Seaberry takes the inside line. Enrique once again drops a position, even with being on the softer compound tire. And Seaberry as well opens it up to Clog. That's Random Serious in the pit. He's going to drop down. Monkey Mafia also in the pit. He's dropping down. Mystic staying on Honda. Honda's not able to shake the McLaren of Mystic. Jacko as well. He had to pit. So it's 4 drivers into the pit. Oh, unless, no, that's not. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of position lag here. This is going absolutely wild. But Jack currently still sits in 3rd place. Cam is in 4th on track. It's a little bit weird right now. Jacko's trying to keep pace with those leaders. Looks like we have Clogmonger went off back in the early stages of Sector 2 there. He's collecting himself back up. He's not in 20th position. That is still just the lag of the scoreboard. Mystic Joker is going to try and work on Honda a little bit here, as this is a battle for first. Looks like we got it back there. Okay. So that's the proper positions now. Honda gets a little bit of a lockup. Mystic has a way later of braking into the final turn. Honda's trying to shake the slipstream of Mystic. Mystic sets fast up. Not using DRS, just simply going with the overtake. Ooh, he's right alongside him. He's going to send it all the way around the outside. He's going to get the inside line now into turn 2. Pushes Honda out wide. Ooh. Honda saves it, nearly completely binned it. Stays with us in this race. JC might have a chance at Helg here. Going into turn 3. Looks at the inside line, but Helg says no. Kenny as well coming at Asnick. He's going to get an overtake. Moving into 12th. Asnick's actually going to try to run around the other side and hold that position. But nothing going for the Haas there, with the Williams getting the overtake. Mystic's now going to try and drive away from Honda, see what he can do. Honda, of course, has DRS. Mystic getting right along the curb there. Nicky thinking about a look on JC, has the pace, but not enough. Go back to the tires here. Although that pitted, except for Monkey onto the soft, so Monkey is going to have to pit at least once more here. I'm not sure if the hards have the pace to last the rest of this race here. Kenny already up 9 positions. He's looking to get 10 here. Comes around turn 13 with a way better speed than ZGS, and ZGS knows that 10th place is not safe with Kenny behind him. Kenny just holding crazy pace now. And Kenny is into the top 10. JC's come right at Helg, and now Helg's 6th position is very much in danger. JC has got DRS, pulls alongside of the inside line here. We'll get on with Nicky. We'll see those two battling. A little bit of a tap, it looks like, between the two drivers there, but Helg is not giving way here, and he's going to force JC to do it the hard way, and JC actually gives way to take a cleaner racing line through the turn. And by doing so, he's taking a poor racing line through turn 7, and now opens up the door for Nicky. Can Nicky come around? Maybe take a lunge into that dreaded turn 10. Very tough to slow the car down. It looks like we got Asnick off back in turn 8 there. Nicky's going to still try and work on JC here. Hannah must have been giving him the gears. He seems to be putting in the time this week. That remains our closest battle on track. May see another position change here. It looks like Mystic gets a really good run out of turn 14, but this is a very long straight. Mystic's trying to break that slipstream on Honda. Honda's still trying to catch it. He's going to look at the inside line, but not enough left there. Maybe with Nicky now. Nicky is very far back. He's right in the slipstream. May think about a dive down. Hey, there's Hannah. Hey, Hannah, how's your Thursday? That's funny. No boyfriend of yours is going to embarrass you like that, Hannah. Nothing yet. We'll get right back on the board with Nicky here. We'll see what he's going to be able to do through Sector 2, if he can make up any ground. JC's also trying to close the gap as well to Helg in front. Helg is ever so slightly falling out of range of Yolmir, currently still sitting at 2 seconds. Oh, is that Cam off? Yes, it is. We'll get on board with Cam. Cam spun out somewhere. Oh, Christ. Looks like he's still got his entire wing intact, but that's really going to hurt Cam. Cam's trying to get himself back into the race, and looks like Honda was thinking about a lunge down on Mystic Joker. Mystic Joker actually missing his racing line, and Nicky might actually fancy a go here, right tight on the back, and nearly hits the gearbox, but opts to go for the deep turning line. Oh, Seaberry's kind of come at ZGS, and he does get the overtake as Seaberry now goes into 10th place, makes up those positions lost at the beginning. But Seaberry breaks a little bit late, and someone opened up the door, but not too much there. Enrique not having the day that he was hoping for as he drops down the grid as well. Cam now into the pits onto the mediums. Back down into 15th, so he's going to have to find some solid pace from here on out if he wants to try and get back into the podium position. But right now it just sits at the top two, and Mystic and Honda putting up some crazy pace and trying to separate themselves from the rest of the grid. As they've done so, a 3.5 second gap sits between Honda and Jacko. Jacko's trying to do what he can to stay close. This little train that's been going on for a couple of laps now from Helg, JC, and Nicky has just been holding serve the whole time. JC may be thinking about a go here, and it looks like, speaking of one, Honda might actually have one into turn one here. Now he's right on the back. Mystic goes and obviously defends the inside line there. He's going to force Honda all the way around the outside. Honda is able to stick the move. Helga's into the pit. Nicky might actually take a little bit of a lunge. Is he going to send it? No, he does not. He opts out, doesn't feel safe. JC's going to hold on to fourth. Honda goes up into first as him and Mystic continually trade blows through this race, as they have been through every race that they've been involved in so far this season. Mailmere trying to come at Kenny, and oh, a safety car. That's huge. Who's going to pit? Who is able to pit? Okay, Monkey's into the pits. There's Random's on some fresh softs. Cam just pitted, so he's going to stay out. Clog opts for the free pit. I think that's Porkchop's behind. Porkchop's just went onto the softs, but he's just going to take a pit. I think he's going to go onto the mediums and try and last on the set of mediums for the rest of this race. Feeman's the next round. We'll have to see what he opts to do. He's going to stay out on those 3-lap old hards, as well does Enrique. Asnick on some fresh hards as well. Now to the ever so important leaders here. Honda currently sits in top spot after 6 full laps, about to complete our 7th. Are they into the pit? It looks like both are in the pit. Noganator, Noganator has to eat up a drive-through penalty for speeding. That hurts the race. Oh, as does JC. Oh no, JC speeding through the safety car as well. Oh, Noganator has to do another one. And JC picks up the penalty for speeding through pit lane, so really hurting up. Mystic Joker overtook Honda in the pit. So Mystic Joker getting some fortune back after that unlucky incident last week. That absolutely kills Honda, and Seaberry actually splits Mystic and Honda. Kenny is still on those hards, as is Seaberry. So Seaberry currently has a podium position, but surely that will not last. Mystic and Honda and Jacko and Nicky all onto the hard. So Kenny has 7-lap older hard tires, as does Seaberry. Nearly forgot about the guy. We'll check our fastest lap right now, which is a 1:29.620, which does break what is the Formula 1 record for fastest lap. So well done, Mystic, as well as Honda, both in the history books, and the fastest laps between the two drivers are actually a difference of 4,000ths of a second. How close those drivers are. I've said it earlier in this race, but I will say it again. These two are as neck and neck on pace as two drivers can be. They always find themselves up at the top of each race, as it seems. Oh yeah, Hannah. Safety cars in the chat. Let's go. Get those safety cars emotes going. And not just Hannah, but whoever else. Whoever else has the safety car emotes. Please, please, please do launch them in there. Ooh, Leviathan. Love to see it. Hannah hits the safety car emotes as well. You know, I'd like to say that my consistent viewership are a couple of lovely ladies. I am very proud of that. I mean, how could a man be angry about that? And V-Man opts out of the rest of this race as he crashes out. So the first one bites the dust, and that'd be of the Red Bull variety. All mediums and hards on the cars. We'll have to see how much of a wrench the safety car throws into the rest of this race. And there's V-Man himself. V-Man, what the heck happened, man? Bennett Boss, aka OG Northerner, flying in. OG, you want to throw the link up into the boys group chat so I can get a little bit of life into this chat? Not saying anything about Leviathan and Hannah, as I very much appreciate all the extra chat messages I do get from YouTube, but I need some extra oomph, you know? I lost control at turn 12 and died. Oh well then. Now before we go live here, I'll kind of quickly... Actually, I don't think I have time. No. Alright, whatever. We'll get right into it here. We'll get right on board with Seaberry and see what he's going to be able to do here off the restart. Kenny's trying to mess with Mystic a little bit here. Honda overtakes Seaberry right away. Seaberry was absolutely shook on what happened there, and Jacko actually gets an overtake, as does Nicky. So Barry gets trioed into the first turn. Not what you want to see off restart. Kenny's still holding the lead. Ooh, but Kenny opens up the door to Mystic, and Mystic tries to take advantage, but is unable to. And I think that is Noganator and Monkey may have gotten into it there as they fall down the order. Not exactly sure on how much damage. Helg trying to get an overtake on Seaberry as well, being on those mediums. The quicker of the two compounds. Mystic is going to want to overtake Kenny real quick here and try and open up a gap between himself and Honda. Kenny's not going to make it easy. Kenny can hold some solid pace, even on some hold hards. And Mystic is in tough here. We'll have to see what he's going to be able to do here. Looks like to get a really good run. Thinks about it, kind of shows his hand to Kenny, but opts out. Should have pitted, F-Man says. Clog monitor did go off. Kenny is going to drop into second. Now is Honda. Honda's actually going to try and take a run at Kenny here as well. Has the inside line. Kenny is forced to give way. Honda jumps up. I sent the... Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. We are 11 laps deep into this race. Seabury loses another position as well. Those old hards are really coming into play. Jacko gets an overtake as well onto Kenny as he's trying to stay close to Mystic and Honda. Our provisional podium is kind of set with our 1, 2, 3 with Mystic, Honda, and Jacko. Yolmir trying to work on Helg. Helg's not going to make it easy. No, Bennett boss, how kind. Whoa, Seabury loses it completely wide. Who's that on the inside line? That's Yolmir. Seabury now into 9th place. He's dropping down so very far off of this restart. Just comes right back and pushes Meomir right off track. Meomir is able to save it, not go off here, and he's going to look for a little bit of revenge on the Renault. Oh, drinking a G&T. What kind of gin? You can see there on the bottom left of your screen, DRS is enabled. Of course, not on this straight yet. Have a nice little train going from 5th. Ooh, Seabury and Meomir looked to have been battling there. Aviation gin. You know, Ryan Reynolds actually sold that, hey? It's still good gin. So, Bennett boss, stay here for a second and wait until I get a little bit of time to tell a story. Because you'll find this funny. I don't know if I said it yet, but I can say it on stream. So, random series looking at a move on the outside line of Meomir and actually opens up a little bit of switchback, but Meomir closes that as well. Oh yeah, it's still really good gin, 100%. I'm not going to deny that at all. Random's going to get his DRS open, but nothing going quite yet. Seabury is currently still sitting 9th with Meomir chasing him down. You want to hear a story? I got you, Femench. There's too many close battles here for me to break into a story, but I will in a moment here. Femen trying to line it up. He gets a really good run out of the final turn here, and now Kenny's in trouble. He's going to get along Kenny. Both of them do have DRS, and looks like Helg has got the better run out of turn 15. Has the inside line. We'll jump on board with Kenny. Kenny backs away. Says, screw you, Helg. I'll give you a little bit of tap into turn 1. But Helg is able to hold on to the position, and now those medium tires, you can really see, made the difference there as they're both trying to come out of turn 2 and 3. Looks like Kenny had the cleaner line, but Helg has the fresher tires from Random Series trying to come at Seabury, but some solid defending from Seabury there as everyone continually stays far too close here, and Cam is getting that really annoying glitch, so we're just going to jump off of there. Random Series is actually a Renault sandwich, as you can see. Or Random Series is it's a Racing Point sandwich with Renault bread. Okay, screw it. Helg's looking to get an overtake on Nicky here. Helg does get an overtake on Nicky. Nicky now dropping down to 5th, and Noganator retiring from the session in 19th, not the day that he was hoping for, but some respectable laps put out from the lad, so hopefully we can see him come back better in the future here, but I think I can... Oh, Cam, Cam's coming right at Random Series and has got the inside line. Random Series is going to drop back into 12th. Let's see what Seabury does with his teammate here. Is he going to have to force him to do a proper pass, or is he going to let him go? It looks like he's just going to let him pass here. Cam moves up into 10th. Seabury is going to try and hold up Random Series in 11th here. Or at least he's going to make it tough on Random. Both are on fairly old hards here. Seabury looks to get a better run out. Okay, so I was at a steakhouse, if you're from Canada, or from Lower Mainland, British Columbia, Vancouver area, you'll know the Keg. So I was at the Keg with my lovely lady, and we got stupid with our bill, simply put. That's beside the point. Oh, ZGS is gone! ZGS too heavy on the throttle and loses it, and is trying to get himself back on track. The one remaining Red Bull here is going to drop back into 16th place after moving up the order quite a bit, but quite unfortunate. So at the end of the night, she was having her red wine, which she's grown a large fascination with over the last little while. I don't understand it. It just tastes like not good. Okay, it just doesn't taste good to me. Okay, very much of a gin and tonic man myself, so I was enjoying myself some gin and tonics. I had a couple of local gins, you know, I had one local gin and a couple of, you know, just the average Joes. And so then I was feeling confident. I told the lady, okay, let's make a little bit of a bet here, as Nikki is going to hold on to 5th place. Doesn't look like his teammate is going to come at him quite yet. I'm not sure if these two are in a team party, so I don't know if there's any discussion going on. Nikki is on the the fresher of compound. Love red wine. Don't understand that. If you give me a bottle of white wine, I'm gonna kill that thing. Love white wine. Like Pinot Grigio, Gewürztraminer, like good stuff, okay? Red wine, I just don't have the taste for it yet, quite yet. We'll see. I know it's good, it pairs well with stuff, but not right now. White wine, just give me that. Or gin and tonic. Give me a good gin and tonic. Okay, so we're done eating. Dessert's coming around. I'm like, babe, I hate all alcohol. That sucks. Alcohol's fun. Oh, Kenny doesn't want to get an overtake on his teammate quite yet. He's got the better pace. Nicky can't hold the line. As maybe Nicky is a little bit on the red wine here, as he's kind of getting a little squirrely on his racing line. But I think Kenny's just going to get a clean overtake on his teammate now. Yeah, he does. Got the far better pace, and Nicky might actually be in trouble as well. And it looks like Yilmir's going to get a clean pass. Yilmir might try and outbrake into turn 1. Okay. So I'm like, alright, babe. Whoa, and then there goes Yilmir. Yilmir loses it, and he saves his race. Saves destruction, simply put. But he's going to drop down the order quite a bit here. So I'm like, it's not fun when you're under 21. That's when it's the most fun. I'm just kidding. I don't mean that. So I'm like, okay. Let you bring the waiter over, you pick a gin, and you pick a gin from the gin menu. It can't be any specialty gin, so any like other flavor gin. Can't be a colored gin, because I can just guess it right away. Like if it's Tanqueray, it can't be Tanqueray number 10, right? It's just gotta be Tanqueray. No specialty. Or like Bombay Sapphire, it can't be Bombay Sapphire, it's just gotta be Bombay, right? So she's like, okay. So there's like 5 gins. I think so. There was Hendrix, Bombay, Aviation, Gordon's, and I just bought it too. The one with the top hat, Brooker, I think it is, or Broomer, something like that. I can't remember. So she's like, okay, fine. She's like, deal. I'm like, what do we bet? $20. She's like, deal. $20 on the line. That's when the best of me is brought out, is when there's $20 on the line. Do anything. So, waitress, I don't know what they want to be clarified as. The female waiter comes over, and I say, okay, we're going to play a game. And she goes, oh, okay, go ahead. So I go, okay, so my lovely girlfriend here, she's going to pick out a gin. She's going to point out a gin for you, and I have to guess it. And she goes, okay. So the lady shows her the menu, points to the gin. She goes, okay. And then she goes away, brings back the cup with the side of tonic. So I smell the gin. Is what I do off the start. I just give it the big waft. I swish it and give it the waft. Now usually I do about a half gin and tonic here, but this time it's like 3/4 gin and about 1/4 of tonic. So is what I do. Then I take a sip. And, you know, I'm like, okay. No idea what it was. Absolutely blanked what it is. And my girlfriend knows it too. She's like, well, I'm like, just give me a second. Just wait, let me focus here. So take another sip. She goes, you gonna make a guess or what? I'm like, just, you can't rush art. Cam making a move to the outside into turn 1. Nikki has to give way. Nikki is now in trouble as well to Mailmere. Mailmere getting a really good run and a virtual safety car. So, Mailmere might have to give back that position. I don't know. He had it absolutely dead to rights on Mailmere as well. Rum and Cokes. Yeah, Rum and Cokes. Two syrupy. So, I take a sip. Okay. Well, no, I don't know yet. Okay, take another sip. Well, I don't know yet. So then, take one more sip. And then she goes, are you going to make a guess? And the waitress is even standing there. I'm like, I have no idea. So I just like sit there and stew on it. I just stew is what I do. I sit there and then she's just like, you need to make a guess. So then I just frickin' dummy the thing, right? Just send it down the hatch. Maybe that'll help out, okay? Because I'm a gulper, so I taste things. I don't taste things. I just gulp. It's just naturally how I drink things, okay? Send it down the hatch. Still don't know. I'm just absolutely stunned. Girlfriend's just badgering me to make a guess because she's just like, ooh, $20 will be mine. I'm like, no, it won't. Like, not giving in. So then, it looks like Random Sears overtook Seabury illegally there off a restart, so he has to give that position back. So then, I'm just sitting there. Oh no, what happened to Mystic? Mystic got overtaken by Honda there off the restart. Oh, because of the DRS. 10 laps to go here. Honda now sits in first position. Mystic in second, so another lead change between these two. We are not done racing here in Bahrain, as I'm telling the longest story ever. She's, okay, lady's badgering me, make a guess. I'm like, no. She's like, make a guess. I'm like, no, I don't know. So then, finally, I'm just sitting there with Random Sears going on the inside of Monkey Mafia. Monkey sends it around the outside on the defense and is going to be able to hold on to the position, but Random Sears looking to get a good run out of turn 3. Looks like Random trying to warm up his tires as well. But Monkey's going to hold on to the position. So then, I'm just sitting there. And then, what do I taste? I taste the aftertaste. The aftertaste reminds me of something. I couldn't remember exactly. So then I look at her and I'm like, I know what it is. And she's like, do you now? I'm like, I do. It's aviation gin. She goes, are you sure? Right when she goes, are you sure? I'm like, you're damn right I'm sure. I know 100% it's aviation. As soon as she asked me, I'm like, it's aviation gin. She's like, oh, for sakes, how did you fucking know? I'm like, let's go! Like, right in the middle of the store. And as soon as, like, the waitress was walking by, she's like, he guessed it? And she's like, yes. He's like, oh my god, that's impressive. I'm like, yeah, it was $20. I got that $20 framed. Ooh, Cam goes in for a late pit stop. And that's the end of my 7-lap story. Mystic, not enough of a go into turn 2 here. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of pissed off drivers as they come back and rewatch this race. With Random Sears going down the inside line of Monkey Mafia now, and Yolmir actually trying to as well. Monkey once again holding on that inside line, going into turn 2, making it very difficult around turn 3. It's going to send it all the way around the inside or go for a switchback, which kind of Yolmir attempted to there, but not enough. Random Series moves up into 8th with some 17-lap old hards. You know you're low-key and alcoholic when. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'm not gonna give in to you, Ben and Voss. By the way, I got a nice bottle of gin to hang out tomorrow. Ooh, it looks like we're getting another position change here. Mystic Joker does have the better run. It looks like Honda's just gonna concede, doesn't want to battle all too hard. Said GS looking to pick up a penalty. And looks at a switchback here. Mystic Joker kind of opens the door, but both of these guys just take such clean racing lines. There's minimal mistakes between them. Mailmere is going to come at Kenny now, with Kenny 20 laps deep into his hard stint. He needs to pit still, actually. Knowing Kenny, he's just going to want to try and make these... He can make these hards last 100 laps if he really wanted to. The whole time, he's absolutely pushing Mailmere to the limits here on those softs. He's actually going to re-overtake for 5th place and hold on to that position. Cam onto some medium with 8 laps to go. I would imagine he would have went onto the softs. ZGS may take a look at JC. JC trying to revive what's left of this race on to the Ferrari, or of the Ferrari. Hannah, how much red wine do you drink? Like, if I just gave you a random red wine, I was like going to Elmer Fudd for a second there. If I gave you random red wine, could you tell me what kind of red wine it is? Ooh, Kenny opens up the door and Mailmere is gonna accept it. Oh, Kenny's got a puncture! Kenny has a puncture here. You can see the front left tire there. It's not supposed to look like that, but it does. So Kenny is now forced into the pit, going 22 laps onto those hards. Mailmere actually also is well into the pit. So is Helg. Kenny gets it slowed down enough. All red wine tastes like tangy dirt to me. Ooh, Random Series. Oh, Random Series sends it around for a pass into the pit lane, but he's going to have to take 5 seconds for that lunge. Cam's going to move up the order as a lot of drivers are coming into the pit. Now Cam into 8th and actually has far fresher tires than JC in front. Looks like Pork just moved his way back up. He's moved his way into 5th. Pitting on the same lap, actually 1 lap earlier than the rest of those front 4. So 5th place finish is in the card here. It looks like the AlphaTauri's are set for a solid ending here. Renault, not so much. Seabury not having the day he was hoping for, but his teammate Cam is trying to revive, as I say that once again, as much as he can in this race. Helg surely will just pass his teammate Porkchops. Porkchops pulls the inside line, allowing Helg to go on his jolly good way. Cam is going to try and work on JC here. Could have shot the inside line, but didn't feel like there was enough for him there. Kenny onto some fresh softs as he's feeling very good. Have you said anything good about Barry yet? I've given Barry screen time. And so he's going to get screen time right here as he's losing out of position to Random Serious, and Random gets an overtake. As we have some really quick drivers in the back of the grid here. I don't have enough of red wine to know the difference, because every time I taste it, I'm like, man, and then I just don't taste it anymore. But Kenny's going to come back at Mailmere along the inside line, going to try and outbrake him. But Mailmere sends it all the way around the outside, and that turns into the inside line there for turn 3, as we see the inside line to turn 2 seem to be the difference in a lot of these maneuvers here. Now Monkey's going to get a fairly easy overtake onto Enriquez. Enriquez pushing him right to the limits here. Monkey's just going to do it with the tires, holding on to 11th place. Cam is going to try and work out Porkchops here, but Cam, of course, has 3 seconds worth of penalties. A couple of pit stops through this race. Pork seems to be having the hardest charger. He's going to try and make it real hard on Cam to get into the 6th place. Yulmir trying to make up some ground. 8/10 back of Random has DRS. Pork's unfortunately going wide. on turn 15. His teammate picking up fastest lap. 5 seconds now set Cam and Helg, so Helg is set for a 5th place finish. Mailmere and JC are going right at it. Pork loses his braking point in Bahrain. In turn 1 of Bahrain, sorry. Kenny picking up a penalty into the top 10 currently, trying to make up ground on JC. JC 14 laps deep on those hards. Pork is under pressure now of Mailmere. Stats feeling under the weather, unfortunately. Random Serious locking up in an overtake on Enrique. Yolmir as well going around the outside on Enrique's. Enrique's 15-lap old mediums are starting to fail him now. Mailmere's got the inside line. I think that changes the tide. No, Pork still got hardest charger here. 6 seconds of penalties to Kenny. Pork's got JC now behind him. Let's see what JC is going to be able to do, as Pork's missed out on 3 positions in these last 3 laps here. Kenny's got the inside line on JC now. Kenny has the overtake. Oh shoot. Now JC is going to go all the way around the outside, 3 wide into turn 2. Pork pushes Kenny off course, but Kenny gets the double overtake. Pork's going to come right back at him here as he goes to the inside line now. On board with JC, we'll see what Kenny and Pork are doing, but Kenny's got the far pressure soft tires, so he's got the advantage on this fight. And now Pork's in trouble as well for 9th place, with JC trying to hunt that position down. But Kenny, with 6 seconds worth of penalties, has really got to open up a large gap just through a couple of these laps here. Ooh, Pork once again missing his braking point, and now he drops into 10th. But all is not lost here, Mr. Porkchops, is Kenny with those large amount of penalties still brings you a chance to overtake into at least 9th place. Pork's in top to try and catch JC to get in to 9th on track before the penalties subside. Kenny's actually into the pit, throwing on some softs. I think he's going to try and go for fastest lap here, so that moves Pork up into 9th. He's actually now virtually gifted Pork hardest charger for the evening. Nikki, the client of Hannah, in 4th, in a solid finish, pitting with the rest of the group, and has just been able to hold on to the pace. But Nikki's going to be under pressure in the last couple of laps here from Helg, because Helg wants to get into 4th position as well. There we go. Helg makes a fairly easy overtake into 4th place. Nikki is still just going to be content with the 5th place. 6 seconds separate him and Cam, so virtually a safe 5th place. Just simply needs to finish out the rest of this Grand Prix. Kenny picks up another penalty, as I think he's really trying to push him for the fastest lap. Yolmir wants to get into the top 10, and he's going to push Monkey to the limits. Monkey's once again going to send it around the outside. Force Yule out wide, but Yule's going to hold on to the position overtake. And now Monkey slots back into 11th. And is also going to be under pressure from Random Sirius as well. Random's actually got 8 seconds worth of penalties. Yulmir has 3, Monkey without any. 2 full laps left to go here. When is Honda going to try and make a move? And it looks like it's going to be now. So Honda goes up into the lead with the DRS. Mystic brakes very late and around the outside. He's going to force Honda to outbrake him through turn 2, and he does. Mystic almost bins it on turn 3 there, but holds and doesn't lose it quite yet. Here is now 19 laps deep into these tires. You are going to start seeing a little bit of slippage. Can Mystic overtake? It's very tough in the other 2 DRS sections here. ZGS pulls off to the side. Lets Mystic and Honda go here. I think Honda was just waiting and decided that this was going to be the lap where he was going to send it. Both get right up onto the curb and try and open up that line as large as possible. Random Sirius gets overtaken by the Monkey and re-overtakes the Monkey. And Random sends it all the way around the outside, but sorry lads, we got to get into the battle for first here. Looks like Honda was saving some of his juice up. That's got to be clogged going off back in the early parts of Sector 3. And I think Honda has the gap open enough between himself and Mystic, was just waiting for this one straight stretch to be sure that Mystic can't overtake, and opens up that gap enough, and now Mystic is really in tough here if he's going to want to get this race win. Yulmir's trying to work on Pork. Honda's giving it everything he can to keep Mystic a full second behind here, but Mystic's just slipping out. Honda's locking up into turn 8. Yulmir looks like he finally got past Pork Chops. Pork Chops can't defend. Those 2 drivers are onto their final lap here, but back onto the lead battle here. Honda's absolutely just trying to increase the gap as much as humanly possible. Nicky is in danger here for 5th place, but the penalty to Cam will be sure to hold him in 5th place, so Cam is just looking for an on-track pass. Pork's looking to try and come back at Yulmir here. He's got DRS into the slipstream, looks at the inside line, is going to try and break him and hold. It pushes Yul all the way around the outside, and Pork, ooh, just near the, whoa! Wow. I got completely distracted. It didn't look like Mystic was able to make up the ground. Honda comes over the line first. Pork Chops is looking to be in the top 10 here, unless Monkey Mafia can get an overtake. Of course, these 2 find each other at the end of this race here. Can Pork Chops hold on? He's got the hardest charger secured. Jacko rounds out the podium. Ooh, Monkey's gonna try and come right at Pork here. Pork's going to put his car right in the middle of the track and make Monkey go around the outside line all the way around turn 14 and 15 here. Give me a better camera angle, please. And it looks like Monkey is going to get the overtake into 10th. Pork dropping back into 11th, still collecting the hardest charger. See Barry in 12th. Kenny 13th, moving up 7 positions from his initial start. Not too bad. I believe he did get fastest lap as well. Yes, he did. Smoked fastest lap, and Ricky is going to be the last over the line in 14th position. Alright. There we see Honda with another race win here, getting the overtake done on lap 27. Mystic Joker in second, Jacko third place finish. Pork Chops, our hardest charger of the evening, fastest lap, does go to Kenny, as I said, trying to gain as much points as he possibly can. I'm going to try and get in a couple of the drivers here. Usually it's always the podium and the hardest charger. So we're going to see hopefully Honda, Mystic, and Jacko, as well as Pork Chops, come in for an interview after here. But we'll run down through the grid. We got Honda finishing first, Mystic Joker second, Elm and Jacko in third, Helg fourth, Nikki fifth, Cam sixth, Mayomir seventh, JC eighth, Gilmere ninth, and Monkey 10th. Pork Chops, hardest charger in 11th, Seaberry 12th, Kenny 13th, Enrique 14th, Random Serious 15th, ZGS 16th, Clogmonger 17th, and then unfortunate DNFs coming from Aztec, Noganator, as well as V-Man. Just waiting for some people to join up. I'll quickly get who got the winners from Division 2. As well as Division 3. So I can give those drivers some shout outs here. Looks like Cake Thomas, Hash, and Nerunix. Huh? Okay, I think that's right. Can you please invite me to an interview session? Oh, shoot. Yes. I need to. Do.
Thank you.
Oh, that's on me. I was in my... I have this like separate party for just my Crash McQueen, as well as my MidWest F1 league that I just go into, so no one can join up on me while I do the race.
Okay.
I forgot I was there. Are you gonna join, Pork? Did Honda say anything? I don't see anything.
Said give him 5 minutes.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yes.
Alright, there's Pork. Yeah, give me 5. Okay, so he's got 2 minutes. He's got 2 minutes. So I kind of got carried away in a story throughout the race, just so you guys don't get mad at me when you watch back the VOD.
Okay.
Okay, Pork.
What happened?
Well, they were talking about alcohol in the chat,
Uh-oh.
so I had a story, and I just like the story went on for like 7 laps.
But Bahrain's alcohol free.
Yeah, true. This is probably the worst place to do it. Oh god. Oh. Swear to God. Dude, my freaking hockey fantasy league this year hates me. Absolutely
Oh
hates me.
dear.
Yeah, Pork, you would have got hardest charger anyway, man, because you.
It would go to all those who moved up the most places.
Oh, even if there's a draw, I thought I went
Even
to the
if
first.
there was a tie, it would go to both.
Oh, I know these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, well, I guess Mystic, are you here? I guess we can just. I guess I can just start with you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Good to hear from you, man. How have you been lately? We'll start with that.
Your mic cut out. I don't know a single word that you just said.
Okay, we'll start with how have you been lately? How's the practice and whatnot been going into this race?
It was good. I was feeling confident. Fortunately, as per usual around Bahrain, I always choke my actual quality lap that matters. But it's all good. Yeah, I was pretty far off. I was setting in practice sessions that I was doing throughout the week. I was hitting like mid to high 24s, and then I think quali, my best time was a 23, or sorry, a 25 too. So a little bit disappointed with that, but it's all right.
Yeah, it
It's
always
a long
sucks.
race. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I mean, you and Honda, and speaking of Honda, he's joined us now once again, but
About time.
yeah, you're a minute late.
Whoa, settle down, guys.
You said exactly 7:50. 5 minutes is 7:56 Pacific, of course. So
Is that a disqualification crash? Or?
Yeah, that's a loss of points for the evening.
No disqualifications over here.
All right, we'll get into it. Honda, I'll quickly start. When you overtook Mystic on lap 27, was that your kind of thought? Because it looked like that's what your plan was to overtake lap 27 and then just try and drive away from him, make it difficult on the last two laps. Was that exactly what you were planning to do that entire time?
Yeah, because from the first stint, I noticed Mystic was running out of ERS. So my plan was before that, I actually tried to overtake him and get him out of my DRS, but he stuck with me, so I had to think of another strategy. So my other strategy was on lap 27 to overtake him and then just use my overtake and hopefully get him out of the DRS and pull a gap and win the race.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to kind of hold or increase that gap to a full second here in Bahrain. I was noticing a lot of DRS trains that were kind of being formed from some drivers.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the mediums too, to manage the tires. I knew it was a long stint on not the mediums, but the hards. It's going to be a long stint on the hards. So another focus of mine was to kind of keep the tire wear down. But yeah, when you're following somebody, there's a lot of dirty air and you got to brake earlier, and it's kind of hard to get close up to the driver in front when you're in the dirty air.
Okay. So I think this is your third race win of the year. Quickly track back, because you won in Austria as well as you won in Canada, so you're kind of leapfrogging on race wins here. Mystic, of course, only with one. You're kind of putting on the pressure on Jacko now, who still has the lead in the championship. Is your focus also on constructors as much as on drivers for this year?
Not as much as the drivers, but I mean, if I was to win the constructors, it would kind of be like a bonus. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got a good teammate. He's been putting in some good points. But with I think I had 2 DNFs on. He had 1 or 2, I'm not too sure, so that kind of brought us down on the points. So it's a little setback, but it's still halfway through the season, so who knows what's next, in the upcoming races.
Yeah, it's true. It's tough throwing Clogmonger in your backpack every week with how shit of a driver he is, but it is what it is, and you're a good teammate to do so. Oh God!
What are you gonna do? You know, he's a good driver. He's good.
Yeah, he just runs himself into some bad luck every now and then, but he can have some really solid finishes as well. Kind of similar
exactly.
to your teammate, as I'll seamlessly transition into Mystic Joker. Thank you again, Honda, for joining us. But into your McLaren teammate, Monkey Mafia, are you helping him out as much and trying to improve him on track as maybe to get to the mini-me of Mystic Joker?
It's been a little bit tough, man. Just because, like, whenever I want to get some practice in with him, unfortunately, he's not able to really talk in a chat. So, you know, it makes things a little bit difficult. Kind of just going over stuff in Discord chat or whatever. But yeah, I mean, discussing strategy and whatnot. Definitely a little bit more that I want to kind of like amp up as far as practicing and talking a little bit more close about things. But yeah, Monkey, unfortunately, he's had some bad luck. So hopefully that'll turn around for him, though.
Yeah, that middle of the field is really kind of separated on who's able to kind of survive and consistently get points throughout. But we'll kind of leave that as is. What was your initial thoughts after the safety car? Were you planning on pitting once more, or were you just always going to focus on going the rest of the race on the hards?
I was always going to one-stop it. So the safety car just kind of made it, I guess, easy.
Even
like
with the hards, or were you thinking at all maybe mediums?
Yeah, no, I was always gonna do the softs to hard. So the safety car kind of came out around the pit stop window that I was planning. So, yeah, I mean, it helped out. I don't know. I was really undecided on doing the 2-stop or just going for the 1-stop, but I ended up deciding on the 1-stop. Yeah, I mean the race was a bit difficult. That safety car definitely helped out getting my ERS back, but yeah, man, I mean, just being out in front, you know, it's tough. It's tough. You have to use up a bunch of your ERS, so I knew that Honda was going to be able to just kind of cruise and sit behind me, use DRS, get my slipstream, and just save up on ERS, and that's exactly what he did even afterwards towards the end. I knew he was lining me up for like a full attack, but at that point I just had nothing left.
Yeah, true. It's a kind of a past is always in 2020 type of thing. Maybe you could have done something else to maybe make it a little bit more difficult on him. But yeah, it seemed that Honda had that idea in his head the entire time, and I kind of made a point of it on stream. As soon as he passed, Honda just tried to open up that gap as much as possible, and you were just kind of sitting there like running on fumes at that point.
Yeah, I didn't have anything there at all. I honestly thought about letting him by and just trying to do what he did to me.
Yeah.
See how that works. Although I will say, second time in a week, I'm not pretty happy with some back markers, but
same here. I'll agree with you.
Especially towards the very end. Very.
Oh, ZGS. I think that was AI.
Was it? I don't know.
I saw AI above his head when I was on your guys' POV.
I didn't, but okay, well, fair enough. But
yeah, because that was in turn 10, was it not?
I seen him try to overtake me after he let us through, and I was like, oh. Okay.
Oh, what? Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
P-Tag just kicked in.
Okay. Lando bot took over. But anyways,
but it's all good.
Okay, yeah, good stuff. You're working yourself back into the conversation of drivers' championship as well. Here, you should move yourself up into the top 4 at least. And you're gonna start putting pressure on Cam for the top 3. But on to our drivers' championship current leader as it stands right now, Jacko. Are you starting to feel the pressures from Honda and Mystic Joker in the championship now?
No, not starting. I think that was something from round 1, really. I knew these two boys were at least quicker than me. I'm hoping that throughout this season I can sort of out-strategize, out-luck, something like that to work my way into the championship picture. but I think I'm actually P2 at this point because Honda should be equal with me with more wins at this point. So he's the championship leader.
Okay,
so
I'll
it's now
run
my
that.
job to re-overtake him.
Okay, I'll run those quickly. Oh yeah. Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I know what I'm up against here. My strategy in this race was not really to go after either of them, but either hope they came together or hope they pushed each other so much that their tyres were in a bad position, whereas for me, I was just conserving. I had a lot of air behind me, so I considered pitting, even for softs, to go for fastest lap, but then I thought, if I pit, those guys can pit, and they probably will be able to go quicker again and get extra 5 points, so that won't be worth it. And I knew Kenny would probably go for it anyway, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I was just playing it conservative in P3, and I'm happy to be in P3. You know, there's 2 trophies to go after for the championship, and I think JC and I are aiming for the team's one rather than me in a solo effort to beat Honda. Honda needs more results like France and Monaco for me to have a chance.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you guys are...
You never know.
Yeah, you and JC seem to be the dream team for constructors right now. You're really going to start opening up the gap, especially with Renault not being able to put out a solid day. You're already 74 points ahead of the Renault team. You're just going to continually grow that gap. So the constructors championship is pretty much in the hands of Monkey Mafia and Clogmonger if they can wake up and turn into early 20s Sebastian Vettel's drivers. But I think we're very far away from that. As I keep slagging them for no apparent reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the point structure actually allowed us to outscore Mercedes and McLaren this round, but it must be close, you know, on this one round basis. So, I mean, JC had some bad luck. I think he got a drive-through, which he had to serve after the safety car. So, really bad luck for him. Second race in a row where he's been looking, you know, top 5 pace and had a problem of some sort. So
yeah,
we'll see him back in the top 5 next week.
He did have a drive-through, but yeah, he's got some crazy pace as well. I imagine we'll see him on the podium once, or at least once more, in the rest of this year. But we'll go over to the hardest charger, with that being pork chops. Have you fallen asleep? Or are you still with me here?
The hardest of hard chargers.
The hardest.
Man, it sounds like
hard
you're falling asleep.
Me? I'm just like stumbling over myself. Oh, crazy.
It went pretty shitty qualifying. I invalidated on my first hot lap with softs, and then on my next hot lap with softs, I spun on that fast double right, coming on to the straight just before the front. So I had to try and make it to the pits and get as much fuel in as I could, but I didn't have it near enough time. So started 18th and took some wing damage on lap 1, racing side by side with Clog through the S turns, and just kind of limped it away as far as I could, and then totally missed my braking, and I think I ran into the back of Noganator and completely busted my wing up. So I had to pit, put on softs, tried to just run as many hard laps as I could, and that safety car came out right as I was getting on the front stretch, so I decided to pull in for hards and just push those all the way to the end.
I gotcha. Now, you're just the hardest charger whiz here. Now, have you talked to your teammate Helga at all? As I'll kind of continue on the teammate conversation of this interview. Has he given you any pointers to improving your qualifying pace, or is he just kind of leaving you out to the wolves?
I'm never one for quick one-lap pace. It's always been my kryptonite, you could say. I'm more of a consistent driver and not a fast driver. So that's just something that it's going to either not come at all or it's going to come with time.
Yeah. I mean, because Helg is a guy who he's I wouldn't say he's the opposite of what you are, but he can absolutely throw out a couple of like blistering like laps, like not too far off from our podium. here, and then he just absolutely bins it, like out of nowhere. But you sometimes just can't find that like consistent race, consistency, and then he's just got the potential for an absolute like melter of a lap. But
yeah, and that's one thing that I've been trying to get into his head of just keep it steady, keep it calm, finish the race. That's all you got to do is just finish the race. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly that. Now this is something I need to look into because you and Kenny were tied for hardest charger, although he's not able to get it because of the non-qualifying lap time set. But
correct.
He pitted to go for fastest lap, and I need to look back and see what position he was when he pitted to get that fastest lap, and if that point difference was even worth it. Because I think if he finished 16th and he was initially 12th, then the fastest lap wouldn't make up for those positions, so he may have lost points this evening. I'll have to kind of peek that out, but I found that a little bit confusing here.
Just don't let him know. Like, let's just leave it at that.
Award. He's P13 again, and fastest lap again.
Yeah, P13, fast lap.
Okay. So I don't know. It would have been that Kenny's Kenny, man. You can't take fastest lap from him. He's just gonna absolutely hunt it every race.
Yeah, I know. Helg had the fast lap, and I saw Kenny pull in, and I went over the radio, and I'm like, dude, say goodbye to your fast lap because Kenny just pit.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of cool how we've got the ability now where we have somewhat of a history of the Midwest F1 League, so we can kind of look back at past races and see the results and trends and whatnot. So it's kind of cool how we're building somewhat of our own history books, especially with the Hall of Records that you've kept up here. It's also a very cool addition that wasn't even asked for, to be completely honest, and you just do it out of the goodness of your own heart, and I'm sure all the drivers really do appreciate that, as well as myself. So I'll say thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely.
As well as I'll kind of remind everyone once again, today, I'm not sure if it is down in the States, but in Canada it's actually Bell Let's Talk Day, which raises awareness for mental illnesses and helping out people on needing to talk about their depression or other things that we're dealing with in their life. So if you have a Twitter or an Instagram or anything, post up the hashtag Bell Let's Talk to get Bell to donate 5 cents for every time that is tweeted or post on Instagram, just the hashtag. So it donates 5 cents to oh Christ, what exactly is it? But to what's it at right now? They're at 150,000 interactions, or 150 million. Jesus. So that's 38 minutes ago. So we'll see what we can do, what we can, and try and add on to that number and try and help raise awareness and donate some money to charity, as it's a really good cause. So be sure to go do that if you have the opportunity as well. But I mean, I guess that's about it for me. Anyone have anything to say? Any fans you'd like to say hello to? Or are you guys good?
I mean, just appreciate everyone tuning in, each and every week. Enjoying all the racing that we do here at MidWest, and hope everyone has a good rest of the night.
Well, there you go.
And taxation is theft.
Okay.
Anything from Hannah this week?
No, Hannah. The only thing that Hannah was really enjoying my conversation about red wine. She said, "I love red wine." So, Hannah's a red wine kind of girl. That's about it. Nikki, I mean, I'm sure Nikki isn't going to be in trouble as you posted up a pretty solid finish tonight. So that's your Nikki and Hannah relationship update for the week as well.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. I'm out of here, man. I got a long day tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Sorry for
See you,
holding you.
Alright.
Okay.
No, it's all good. No worries.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright, ciao, guys.
I'll
Later.
just bring it home. This is why Stat does these things. I don't know what to do. Okay. But yeah, that's it for our Thursday night. Some solid stuff. Good racing. A lot of close racing. Nothing really dirty. Of course, we're going to get some reports in the steers, but it wouldn't be a race in the Midwest F1 League if we didn't. But once again, thank you very much for tuning in this Thursday night. We very much appreciate it, as well as we appreciate all the other views and and whatnot to follow us on all of our other social media outlets, that being YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search up Midwest F1 League, and you'll be brought right to that site. But that is about it from me. I will see you hopefully tomorrow, once again, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, for our multiplayer series. Have a good rest of your Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your week. We're over the bump now. We're on to Friday. We can see the weekend, and we are almost there. But like I said, have a good rest of your week. Please do post hashtag Bell Let's Talk if you have the couple minutes. Really would appreciate that. It's a very good cause. Love to see it. But other than that, good night from me, good night from the Midwest F1 League, and good night from all the drivers that represent us, as they very much appreciate all your support as well.